Salute everybody. Welcome to Switching Lanes with Miss Parker. Miss Parker, it is Monday again. I cannot believe I told you guys. As quick as we got into the weekend, man, it was going to come and go. And I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get the time back that I had. I know I had a live scheduled earlier, and I had to, push them back. And some of them I'm not even gonna cover really, you guys, and stuff. I just want to cover this because this is just like when I did the Kamani Latique story, and the first time I read it, I was like, wait, there's some inconsistencies. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me bring it to my riders so they can, help me, see if I'm not the only one. The only one. And since I'm going in the water, I said, let me put my army fatigue hooks on in my ear. Got my army fatigue hooks in my ear and stuff like that. Because I got to go and fight this water like Trinity. Or did she fight the water? We going to get to it. Hey, VT 222. Hi. Lori, welcome. Shakita, welcome. Kalila, what it do? Michelle, welcome. Ray, sister. Gina, Morgan, happy birthday, sister. Gina, Barbie. Karen, Burton, hey. Davita, hey. Carol Cotton, hey. Alicia, hey. Tanya Nika, hey. I hope each and every one of you guys have had a blessed, prosperous Monday. Man, my head is hurting. Hey, the full life. Hey, bro, what it do? Hey, Alicia says, hey, Betty. Hey, Karen. See, when you start, it takes people to bring these stories out so you can start getting to the bottom of it and make it make sense. Hey, Mom Dukes. Hey, Angel. One, what's going on? Hey, Ray. And you got to say, things that just make you go, And this is one of those things. And hey, Valerie, what's going on? Happy Monday. Hey, Goddess, little sis. Let me read you out an article. And please don't forget to hit that like button. Turn on your notification bells. If you got to refresh. Hey, Queen Butterfly. Hey, love. Happy Monday. Sometimes you got to unsubscribe and resubscribe back to refresh and stuff like that. And, or you'll miss it. Hey, La Lizzie, my love. What's going on? But sometimes you got to do that. So, you got to do all that. Hey, Colton, happy Monday. So sometimes you got to refresh and unsubscribe and resubscribe to get the notifications and stuff. And YouTube be crappy. Hey, Jamie, sis. What's going on? And I knew I wasn't tripping when I was reading this. Let me get to it. Let me read you guys this. So it says, Trinity Eslinger, a 10-year-old girl, went missing while swimming in Destin, Florida on Thursday, June 12, 2025. Hey, Nicole Cooper. Hey, Juju on the beat. She was caught in a rip current and subsequently disappeared, with authorities ending the active search on June 18th. Oh, she only went missing, guys. Hey, Drea sis. Hey, Byron sis. She only went missing, guys. Pay attention, June 12th. And they called it off. The authorities called it off June 18th. Yeah. Oh, you ain't heard anything else about this, Tamara? We're going to get into it. You hear me? And it caught me because I was looking up something else and I don't know how it came. Hey, Kenya. And it said, the incident occurred, it said, while Raven was rescued, that's the mother, Trinity has not been found. The incident occurred during a family trip when Trinity was playing in the water with her family. Hey, Velma. Happy Monday, love. A rip current pulled her away, and despite attempts by her mother and others, including a boat that arrived on the scene, Trinity was not located. The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office searched for her until June 18th, when they suspended the active search. The family has received support from the community, including GoFundMe campaign to help with expenses in Florida, and a balloon release was held in Newport, Arkansas, to honor Trinity, according to news reports. So I get to it and say, damn, what happened to Trinity? That's what I Google. Now listen to this. The search continues. This was June 15th, because remember they called it off on June 18th, right? I don't know, Tamara. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna get to it. Tamara, let me cook, baby. Let me cook. You rushing. You rushing. Let me cook. The search continues in Destin, Florida for 10-year-old Trinity. Let me see what he said when he said, okay, so this is when I knew something was wrong. This is when I knew. Hey, Dalen's mom. You haven't heard this story yet? I know. That's why I'm putting it out there. The accident happened during a trip in Florida that included Kush, her longtime boyfriend, Victor Cobb. He's a popular local mobile DJ whose marketing name is King Vic. He is also an air talent on Jonesboro Media Group Radio, Hot 10, 107.5. In an emotional Facebook post, now pay attention what I'm going to say, Tamara. Yeah. Tamara, that's how I was. I was like you, I couldn't, but I knew, Tamara, if y'all listen. In an emotional Facebook post Sunday, Cobb shared the specific details of the family trip in the timeline for the events that led to young Trinity disappearing in the water. Hey, Tammy. We see all things that's posted online, Cobb said, referring to negative and derogatory. Listen, he said referring to negative and derogatory. That caught me because I was like, why would anybody? I know we got some weirdos. Hey, Rob, I know it's some weirdos out here, y'all, but I couldn't think for the life of me, why would anybody just be saying negative and derogatory things under the comment section? That's what struck me to say, I got to see what's going on. And he said, as to people asking questions like why and where and when, and things like that, I have those answers because I was there. But why? Hey, Sister Belinda. Sister Belinda, real quick, I'll sub you. You were so right. I'm gonna just say that right now. You were so right about something. Friends of the family have opened up the GoFundMe, but let's get into it. I want you guys to hear this. Listen to this. Where we at? This is the diver, guys. We're gonna go to the diver. Cause no, wait. Before we get to diver, let me read y'all what he said on People Magazine. Let me do that because that'll make more sense to where we're going with this. Where is it at? Here we go. So it said the boyfriend of the mom. Wait a minute, let's get to it. It said, now y'all pay attention and get your pencils because we're gonna revisit this. Because this is not over. By a long shot, I could tell. It said the boyfriend of the mom's 10-year-old daughter, Trinity, wasn't his, but he had 2 sons by the mother. The boyfriend of the mom, whose 10-year-old daughter went missing while swimming, is speaking out. In nearly an hour long, look, an hour long, y'all. Hey, Quiwana, an hour long. In nearly an hour long YouTube live stream, Victor Cobbs opened up about his final moments with Trinity before she disappeared in the water off the coastline. Cobbs, who was the longtime boyfriend to Trinity's mom, Raven Kush, said the family was preparing. Listen, this is when you get your pencils, okay, Passion? The family was preparing to leave the beach they were at when 3 of them, including Trinity, got caught in the current. Despite his and others' efforts to try to save the 10-year-old, Cobbs said Trinity ultimately slipped away. He remembered her as a very thoughtful young girl who was very close with his daughter. Trinity and Cobb's own daughter had spent a portion of their trip making Father's Day cards for the dads in their lives, he added. Make sure you guys are praying for the family, he said on the live stream, noting that that Trinity's disappearance has been hard on both of him and her parents. Why not pray for us? You pray, hey Victoria, you pray for us because you've been a part of her life for 10 years. Why would you say pray for her family at this moment? And then say, well, pray for, and then he said, make sure you guys are praying for the family. This has been hard on both him and her parents. Hey, Miami. Hey, Nika. Cobb did not immediately respond to people's request for a comment. He said he was vacationing in Panama City Beach with Raven, Trinity, and other family members from Tuesday, June 10th through Friday, June 13th. On the last day of the trip, the group took an afternoon trip to Destin where they visited East Jetty for snorkeling and swimming. At about 7:05, Cobb said he and his girlfriend decided it was time to wrap it up and head back to the Airbnb. Before departing, he recalled going into the water to wash the sand off his body and said his son Kingston and Trinity followed him in the water. That's when I stopped and said, because y'all telling people y'all was taking a last swim, but over here, you're saying y'all was getting the sand off of me. That's not taking a last swim because y'all was wrapping it up. But Mr. Cobb, I'm just speaking my opinion. They got the sprinklers and the showers out there for you to do just that. Because why would you go in the ocean to wash the sand off of you when you're going to track the sand right back because you got to walk through it? Hey, LaTanya. Hey, Annie. Hey, Nisha. I said, wait. So y'all get in the ocean to wash the sand off? Because every beach I've been to, from Tybee Island in Savannah, Cocoa Beach in Florida, Myrtle Beach, they got those sprinklers that you wash off to wash the sand off. But y'all told one person that y'all was going to take y'all last swim before y'all left. And then now y'all was going to wash the sand off of you. Hey, Tammy C. He said, as he started to swim back to shore, because you don't have to go far out to wash sand off of you in the ocean. You don't. It's different from the pool. You can be in 1 foot, and the next minute your ass will sink down in that sand will drop, and you'll be in 3 or 4 feet in less than seconds. He started to swim back to shore. Cobb realized all 3 of them had gotten caught in a current. Why did you have to go so far out? You just said y'all was washing the sand off. Then that sounds more like the first story you told that y'all was taking the last swim. Am I tripping? Hey, Davita. Does that sound like we was washing the sand off, or does that sound like last minute swim? He said, as he started to swim back to shore, Cobb realized, he said he was trying to remain calm. He simply told the kids to walk back to the beach. I don't want anybody to panic. Listen what he said. As he started to swim back to shore, Cobb realized all 3 of them had got caught in the current. Trying to remain calm, he simply told the kids to walk back to the beach. Y'all caught in the current. How did he muster that up? How did he muster that up? And I'm just being honest. How did he muster? Hey, Miss Denise, hey, sis. How did he muster that up if he's caught in a current with his son and his girlfriend's daughter? Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe don't panic, but walk back to shore. I don't want anybody to panic. At one point, Kingston and Trinity took their feet off the ground to try and swim back to the beach. But you said y'all was taking a last minute swim. Karen, you hear me? Man, Mom Dukes. Leisha, that's what he said. I'm going by what he said. And this ain't maybe making you look bad, Mr. Cobb, but I'm going to break it down to make it make sense to me. Hey, Martha Cruz. Listen what else he said, y'all. This is what else stood out to me in this one. Hold on. It's too many now. As I keep going, I'm going. Wait, sir. What did he say? Nah. The math ain't mathing. This is Mr. Cobb, girl. Shamarcus Carr is the domestic violence system. Nothing that up. Somebody got that baby. Hold on, Victoria. I'm about to tell you. Hey, Justin. Ken said something not right. Tammy said, you're not tripping. So he said, at one point, Kingston and Trinity took their feet off the ground to try and swim back to the beach. He claimed, listen to what he said now. Listen to what he said. He claimed he taught his two sons how to float during their Florida vacation, but admitted he had not taught Trinity how to do so. That's when everything was over. That's when everything, when I say everything, everything. When I say everything, guys, everything started being a wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? She said walking is even difficult against the current. Plus, they have flags to show if it's safe to swim. Just imagine kids. Man, Kimberly, you hear me? You hear me? Come on, see what I'm saying, Tamara? So I said, let me cook. He said he admitted he taught his two sons. Why you didn't teach her? Because it's crazy that on the boat, she got on floaties. Which brings it to me to make you say, she can't swim. She said, how do you teach your boys but not Trinity something right? Full Life said, everything, Miss Parker. So he didn't try to help the kids out. They said he did. But let's get to it. He said he claimed he taught his two sons how to float during the Florida vacation, but admitted he had not taught Trinity how to do so. Come on, Karen. Hey, Akita. She said, Cobb said he got spun around in the water and was unable to see what happened next. So how did you say, hey, y'all, walk to the beach? Man, don't panic. But for you to say, y'all had to be out far. Y'all had to be out far. It's more sounds like the, hey, Jalita, that last minute swim you said y'all was going to take versus we just was going in the water to wash the sand off of us. Because we was wrapping it up. Wrapping it up ain't a last minute swim. Cobb said he got spun around in the water and was unable to see what happened next. He claimed he was told that two men, listen what he said next to her. Cobb said he claimed he was told that two men from the boat then entered the water to try to save Trinity. Later on, Shore Raven told the police that she pushed Trinity toward the two men, but that her daughter slipped away. Because I'm pushing my daughter, and if I got to drown, it's my time. Raven said one of the two men, listen to this. Raven said one of the two men immediately tried to go after Trinity when he saw she slipped away. He went into the water multiple times to search for the 10-year-old, while the second man brought the boat back to shore. Hey, I'm great. The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office said Trinity was last seen in the water around 7:30 between Austin Beach and Noriega Point in Destin. Multiple agencies have been assisting with this search, including Destin Fire Rescue and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, which provide drones, helicopters, and boats to aid the search. Everything was happening so fast, Cobb recalled on his last live stream. It seemed like immediately there were Coast Guard and lifeguards right there searching for Trin. Like everything was going so fast. Eventually, Cobb said visibility was gone, the son had said. The family returned to the Airbnb, and the host paid for them to stay at their hotel for the next 2 days. Trinity has still not been found. Cobb said family members have arrived in the area as the search continues and wants to search for themselves. He also encouraged people in the area to assist with the search. Get in your boats and your jet skis, your kayaks, and go to all the shores and the beaches and the docks and the bridges and look around. Additionally, Cobb said the family wants to find the two men who try to save Trinity. I said, wait a minute. Hey, so Stepdad, wait. That's another one. They had to give a report. So you mean to tell me the two men, y'all told the police that two men try to save your daughter and swam whoever the shore and just drove off, knowing you just lost your daughter? She lost her daughter. Hey, protect your peace. Tamara, now you're following me. Now you're following me. Hey, Diamond. I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, Kai. Wait. He said he wants to find the two men who try to help save Trinity. We just want to get to know them and see who they are, who they were. Wait, got that evangelist side going. Wait. I had to put my hooks in my ear, my camouflage hooks in my ear to get a hook on this story because I said, Hey, Detroit, did he know? It said in a statement on Monday, June 16th, the sheriff's office tell people that search operations are ongoing with several agencies, beach patrol teams, unmanned aerial systems, and specialized dive units, all working in close coordination. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement also sent the fixed-wing airplane to aid in the search yesterday and told, but unfortunately, Trinity has not been located. Yeah. But he didn't say that, Tammy. He said, pray for her family. Because we all hurting. That's what it say here. I don't know. Because next is going to be, that ain't what I meant. I'm grieving. Come on. We know our community is actually anxiously awaiting updates, and we want to assure everyone that as soon as official information becomes available, it will be shared here. Authorities with the sheriff office said, please continue to keep Trinity and her family in your prayers and thoughts. Because you've been with a mama for 4 years, which means you've been in her life for 10 years. That's a long time. Please pray for us. Please, but let's get into it. This is what I wanted y'all to hear. Let's hear from the diver. Let's hear from the diver. This was interesting. I said, wait a motherfucking minute. You lying to me?
Look, folks, y'all know why they called off the search and rescue mission? At least from the authorities' point of view. It's because there's no need. There is no need to search. There is no need to rescue this little girl in the water. Because why? Do the math, folks. You ain't in the water.
Yeah, hurry. He said, do your bad, folks. But then I want y'all to hear something else he said. This the diver.
Yeah, folks, this is how many days since Trinity, quote, disappeared down here in the Gulf? Yeah, and y'all still believe sea creatures and I mean, just came up from the depths and swallowed her up and took her off. No commotion, no blood, no nothing. Or conversely, that some vortex opened up underneath very, very shallow and calm waters and just sucked her out to New Zealand. Not a sight seen.
Look, Ray said on his video, he said he asked her, did she want to learn? And she said no. Ray, I'm just telling you what he said in the interview. Ray. Look what Ray said, y'all. What? Wait a minute. Adjusted. I know. Yeah, I know. Cause in the interview, sir, you said that you taught your two sons and you didn't get around to training Trinity. You admitted to not training Trinity. That caught me, Tamara. Ray, that caught me. Just reading, I was like, Something ain't right. Something. It wasn't right in my Keith Sweat voice. Something just ain't right. It just ain't right. But let's see what he said. Let's finish. Let me let the diver that was there.
A million people today, Adam Dessels, and hell, 1,000 people at Crab Island. No sightings whatsoever, no indications whatsoever of anything regarding this girl. Yet you all still want to believe that there's nothing nefarious about this? Yeah, I've been here. I've lived here many years. I've seen many drownings, many near drownings, many rescues, many recoveries. Didn't take this long. No, because, got to understand the wave patterns, the current patterns, the shift patterns, etc., out here. She'd have been found. Oh, yeah. She ain't out there. That's why.
It gave me chills. When I found that, and I just found it today, this baby been on my heart since Sunday, y'all. This baby been on my heart since Sunday. And I was like, it reminded me of Kamani Latique when I seen Dorothy and Darnell tell their story. I was like, wait. And when you keep doing these stories, guess what? You start noticing more inconsistencies. You can automatically tell. You don't have to be a content creator to know inconsistencies. But let's get into this video. Y'all heard what he said? Because I want to hear him one more time. He said, I'm here, been living here for years. And that's one thing. That's why when people live in Florida, guess what? They can do that because they used to it. They are used to the waters and stuff. I can't. I'm not a swimmer. I don't want to live around water. I say it all the time. I don't want to get on the boat. We seen where Kanika Jenkins' best friend just died on the yacht. Drowned.
Yeah, folks, this is how many days since Trinity, quote, disappeared out here in the Gulf? Yeah, and y'all still believe sea creatures and I mean, just came up from the depths and swallowed her up and took her off. No commotion, no blood, no nothing. Or conversely, that some vortex opened up underneath very, very shallow and calm waters and just sucked her out to New Zealand. Not a sight seen. A million people today, Adam Dessels, and hell, 1,000 people at Crab Island. No sightings whatsoever, no indications whatsoever of anything regarding this girl. Yet you all still want to believe that there's nothing nefarious about this? Yeah, I've been here. I've lived here many years. I've seen many drownings, many near drownings, many rescues, many recoveries. Didn't take this long. No, because, got to understand the wave patterns, the current patterns, the shift patterns, etc., out here. She'd have been found. Oh, yeah. She ain't out there. That's why.
That's one of the divers. When you keep telling a story and it's the truth, it's going to be consistent. Now, either you blacked out or you seen everything. It's one of the two. Man, you hear me, Gina? Always. Hey, Sam. But let's get into it. Let's see what Dad said. Because Ray said on his video, he said he asked her, did she want to learn? And she said no. But to the interview he did at the news, he said, I got to admit, I did teach my sons how to float. I taught them how to float while we was on vacation. But I didn't teach Trinity. Shout out to this content creator. I think she's new because she only has 424 subs. Just Andrea C. I dropped her link in the chat. Please go subscribe to her channel. Please go subscribe to her channel, guys. I'm going to drop it one more time before I go live. Let me thank you to the diver, you know what I'm saying, for the inconsistencies of the story and stuff like that. He was like, the math ain't mathing. He said, because she ain't out there in that water. And it make you go, This is sad. You hear me, Miss Douglas? Let me drop a link in the chat. Okay, here she go. I just want to catch her link so we can go subscribe to her and run her up. Also run my girl Juju up too. Y'all drop Juju's link if y'all can for me. And just Andrea, salute to you for dropping this story, love. Thank you. Great minds think alike. All right, let's get into this live. Let me take it back. I just don't want to go through them commercials, guys. Sorry. Right, Ray. Right. Thank you, lady.
Thank you for coming in. Get that. Cancel.
Let me see if I can find the dad. Hold on. When she starts.
How good of a kid, how advanced she was in school. Just such a sad case.
We
this
never.
Is Trinity and Raven, her mom. This is them the day, hours before the tragedy. Hours before the tragedy. This is Raven and her and Trinity's stepdad, and then as you can see back there, there's her other son. They were on vacation enjoying just the festivities. Like I said, they had a whole layout of everything that they were going to do. And, you know, some of the things they weren't able to do because of the weather, like I said, and a lot of the things they did get to do. But you could tell they were having so much fun.
I'm going to drop your link too.
So much fun. Let me come back, y'all. Well, y'all, oh, you know what? I didn't even add it to the screen. Okay, hold on, y'all. I told y'all I ain't been on here in a long time now, y'all. Bear with me. I kind of forgot a lot of the steps. Hold on. Let me go back.
I think this is my girl, just Andrea from the beach.
Again, this is Trinity, y'all. This is the 10-year-old that was on vacation with her mom and her stepdad. They were out in Florida. I want to say they started out in Destin, Florida, and then they ended up at another part. They went to another beach in Florida for the other festivities that they had planned out. Like I said,
if you knew that you hadn't got around to you know, if you hadn't got around to letting your child swim, learn how to teach how to float and stuff like that, why would y'all? It doesn't make sense to teach them, to take them out to do a last minute swim. Yeah, Alita, of course. You know, she is a very beautiful little girl. But some people don't just go like, oh yeah, come on, let's get in this water. Because Shank gets on me when we go to the beach. He said, look, I don't know how to swim. You don't know how to swim. Quit going so far out because you don't know the ocean's different. And it is. It's not the pool. The pool's water is calm. The only time it's waves is if somebody jumps in. And that's down in 10 feet and all of that. Other than that, you don't get that. You don't got a current in the water. Like I said, when somebody jumps in, it causes a little wave. Other than that, you don't have all of that. And he said you got to know the ocean and the currents. And people that live in Florida, when you see them surfing and living on the beach, that's because they know how to do that. They know how to live amongst the alligators and sharks and shit. Just like people in Australia that live in the jungle part of Australia. They know how to live and survive in those kind of climates. Hey, Virtuous, we don't. So why would I go? I'm not used to an alligator. I'm not used to the sharks. I don't want to know about the jungle. That way of living. And if it comes to it and we ain't got no choice, yes. But other than that, no. But if I can't swim and I know my baby can't swim, she's not going in that water. Your feet are sinking that sand. Ebony said, I know how to swim good, but I ain't swimming in no ocean. Okay? Hey, thankful. What up, sis? Sam said, facts. Y'all get what I'm saying? Hey, India, sis. Why would you allow your child to go in some water and you say y'all washing sand off, but only to go tell another people that y'all taking y'all last minute swim? And it sounds more like a last minute swim than, because they all got the sprinklers. Every beach has sprinklers. And then I got to thinking, like, why would you go in the ocean only to track back in the sand? It just didn't add up. Look, Tamara, I thought they was on the boat too, because somebody else asked me when I was telling my moderators about that. I was like, but because it was podcast, sister podcast was like, but didn't she have on floaties? That's what don't make sense. That's just what don't make sense. Man, you hear me, Martha? But hey.
They had a whole itinerary that they were going to follow. This is Trinity and her mom. That's Raven. This is them hours before tragedy struck the family. They were
She's got on floaties, y'all.
This is Raven and Trinity's stepdad. As you can see, that they all smiles. They was having a good time.
See, lady.
You can see her other little son in the back. Yeah. You just never know what lies ahead of you, man. I tell you. And it's so touching to me because it kind of touches home with me. You know, with my daughter, because I can only imagine what the mom is going through at this moment, because you know, you plan a trip and you got all these things planned out, what you're going to do, you know, for the kids to enjoy their summer. And you just never know what lies ahead of you. But Trinity, I still haven't found out. I still haven't had no one answer me in the comments on how did they end up, why were they in the water? Why wasn't they still on the boat? Did the boat capsize? Did the you know, were they jet skiing? You know how you get on those little things and the boat is pulling you. I don't know how they ended up in the water, but a large current. Remember, as I said, the weather was bad already.
That's all the more reason not to go in the ocean.
I don't know how it works, you know,
and let me tell you this.
People to put the boats in.
One thing about the ocean you got to know when you go on a vacation, I found that is that during the evening, like the time they was in the water, the currents pick up. So when you go in the ocean, learn that stuff. Learn about the ocean. Currents pick up in the evening. I don't know if it's called low tide or high tide, which one it is. But I learned that. And I was appreciative that somebody even took the initiative to tell me that, like, be careful in the eat. Because I noticed about 3 o'clock, it was like 3:30. And the waves start picking up. The waves, the current just start picking up. By 5, it was full force. You really start seeing the wave. Like the water even pushed up. Like you could see where Church was, how dry the sand was compared to 2 hours from 3. How wet it was where them chairs that's sitting up kind of close to where the steps and shit is that you walk up. Hey, realer than you. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and the man explained it to me. So I was like, what's going on? I got spooked. I thought it was going to be some hurricane shit out there. I was like, what's going on? He said, the water picks up. After about 3 o'clock, the water, he said in the evening, the water really starts pushing its way through faster. Hey, Florida, the dirty South. And I said, damn, thank you for telling me that. But if you're going out there high tide, okay, thank you, Florida. But if you're going to vacation, or you would think, and you're teaching your kids how to swim, the boys anyway, I wouldn't take my child you man. Look, she said, I be taking cruises and I be checking if the weather good. Yeah. Yeah. You got to, see, lady. So prayers to you and your son. Shannon Lewis. Hey, Shannon. She said it's 80 miles from my house. And Shannon, you being down there in Florida, do you like it? And do you learn about the beach before you go? If you've ever been to the beach and stuff like that, do you learn before you take a vacation? She said it's dangerous out there at times.
Water, or if you rent the boats, or however
Why is it
that
dangerous?
goes,
What happens
when they know that it's turbulence,
don't do it.
in the water, to still allow people to get into the water, whether they're in their boats or jet skiing or whatever. How do y'all still allow people to get in the water? It seemed like to me they would shut it down, right?
Okay, Alicia.
But somehow they were all in the water, the whole family. So I'm thinking, okay, if the whole family ended up in the water, then the boat must have capsized.
I haven't heard that yet, but it do make you say, how did y'all end up off the boat in the water? He said sand shifts, and I know you ain't lying, because the sand was good. But by 3 o'clock, Shannon, man, it just started dip. It felt like the ocean was about cave in. Like that's what it felt like. The sand just started dropping. And I never felt it until we went to Myrtle Beach for the second time. And I got spooked. Florida said we've had big sharks spotted lately in our waters. I seen that. It was a big shark coming from. He said you could be 3 feet, 5 feet, just like, yes. Shannon, I'm witness to it. I'm talking about literally, you guys. I came out in the water before 3 o'clock. The water wasn't even to my knee. Walking from, like, this is where Shank is. I'm behind the computer, way down there. The sand is dry and everything. By 4 o'clock, the water was to my knees. By 5, the water was to my waist. I'm witnessing it, and I got scared because I didn't know. Shannon said, "Yes, ma'am." Lori said, there ain't no 2 men." Karen said, "I don't do water." She said, "Yeah, I don't play with the sinking sand." Man, the sand sink. It just feels like once you're standing on it, it feel like you got floor to stand on. It feel like you got the ocean floor. As the time progresses, as sand started, my heels started going in. So you lose your balance walking back. You even lose, like I lost my balance walking back. So it's easy to do that because I done it. And like I said, when the white man that was next to us explained to me what it was, I understood. And it shook me. I said, that's why I can't, Shank's like, that's why you can't be out there. You don't know nothing about that ocean. You have warmer waters, Florida. I didn't know that. That is great. You have no control. Yes. So the 2 men didn't stick around. He said in the interview he did, he said, I would like to find the 2 men that helped my daughter. But I'm like, well, why you don't know who they are? Because you mean to tell me they just lost your daughter. You lost your daughter and they helped y'all in the ocean. And you said another man dropped in several times and they just said, okay, let's get in the boat and take you out to the ocean. And they drove off. They didn't wait with y'all till the police came or nothing. That's what's odd. They didn't give a report. Thank you, Miss Douglas. Thank you. I got 9 more super stickers or super chats to go, you guys. It could be 99 cents. Thank you, Miss Douglas, for giving me my first one. Ain't nothing way out there I want to see unless I'm fishing, okay? Shannon's from down there. He said, ain't nothing way out there unless I'm fishing. Something ain't. Come on, Shannon. When he said he taught his 2 sons how to swim but didn't get around to teaching her, he'll admit, he said, I'll admit, I taught my 2 sons how to float and stuff, but I never taught Trinity. I was like, why would he even say, like, I'll admit? But then they said, somebody in the chat said he admitted to it and said, she said no. Now, which one is it? Because you know you recorded. Water ain't nothing to play with, lady. My brother drowned at the age of 5. A whirlpool took him, found him miles away from where we were at. Yeah, and when you think about it, even when I was in the ocean, it bothered me because where I feel shit hit my leg, and I know this ain't no poo. This ain't no poop. This ain't somebody drop something that's floating to you. This I don't know what is nibbling at my leg. I don't know what's hitting my leg. It's all kind of, it's over billions of things in the ocean. Like then he said he asked her, she said no and let it be. That's what he said, but not his interview. His interview, he said, I read it to y'all. He said, I'll admit. When he said I'll admit, it make you go, well, why you admitting shit like that? Why say it like that? The lady that was on the paddleboard who saved the mom told the story on TT. The family was on shore in a boat that was in the water, noticed them struggling, and came over to help them. But you said a lady on the paddleboard, the mom said the 2 men saved her. And he jumped in several times to save her, Tamara. Now, which one is it? Hey, Marty. Hey, Kim Kelly. They didn't say, yeah, he got to keep his story straight because people already, right. And when he said, look, y'all, another thing, he said he came, when I first read his first, I told y'all, when I read his first message, he said, we see the negative. He said, I see the negative and derogatory comments. I said, why would anybody be writing negative or derogatory comments when a 10-year-old girl just lost her life drowning? Why would they attack y'all? Why would anybody say anything negative? And it made sense. My dad used to build the high rises, and we used to watch the sharks swimming all around people, and they didn't even know it. After seeing it, I stopped going in the water myself. It was scary. I seen that too, Florida, on videos. I swear it's scary. If y'all go and watch, so Marty, why you texting and driving, ma'am? Don't make me put your ass on my list. I don't do the texting and driving. Child. Go watch some YouTube videos and people, thank you, Taj. Hey, Miss TT. People will record the shark swimming and I was like, oh my God. I didn't even know the sharks come so close to the shore. I thought that was just a movie, Jaws. I never knew that the sharks come so close to the surface. Never. I don't know why I thought the sharks stayed out further. I don't want to hear nothing from these folks that will throw their child in to learn to swim. Man. Okay, Marty. Hey, Tracy Ann. She said, take me to the pool. I'm good on the ocean. And people don't understand that the ocean is not the pool. Stop getting in there for a fun time. It's not fun. And that's true, Lady. Even for myself, I saw the lady in the paddleboards video. She said she carried the mom to shore. But that ain't what the mama said now. Y'all go right now and look in the People's Magazine that they interviewed. The mama said the 2 men. And that's why I said it didn't make sense that the 2 men, I read it to y'all what they said. It didn't make sense that the 2 men was so inconsiderate about what just happened to your daughter. She said the 2 men drove them to shore. So when he said that, the dad said, I would like to find the 2 men that saved us. He said that I heard saved us. He said that I heard. Marianne said, I only put my foot in the ocean. She said, have y'all ever watched I Was Prey? I haven't. Karen said, y'all screw me. It's the true Karen. Ray said, take me to the pool. The ocean ain't got no walls, baby. You hear me? She said anyone involved would have stuck around. Come on, Tamara. That's all I was saying. I was like, somebody told him. Why wouldn't you know? Because they would stay and give a statement or the I ain't say it. The people did. I've learned to swim as an adult on a cruise vacation as an adult in the ocean. Okay? Something not right. Yes, I'm trying to figure out the 2 men thing. Like I'm confused. That lady, and you tell me.
Must have turned over or something. Because how did all of them, and I believe it was Trinity, the stepdad, I think Raven had 2 more kids, with Trinity being the oldest. But they all was in the water. And then this big wave came, and kind of took them, grabbed them. And the stepdad was able to pull, the son. He got the son to safety. Of course, with the screams and stuff, it brought attention from other boaters and everything. So another boater was able to come. They were able to get the son up. Somehow, the stepdad lost his balance or whatever. I'm gonna play his video where he talks about what happened on that day. And I don't want to be, I know with me, when people post, when stuff get posted on social media, it becomes real sensitive, especially when you're the person that this situation happened to. People feel that you're being disrespectful by asking. It's no different when somebody, a situation happened and a person become unalive. And a person will come in and comment and be like, whoa, especially if it's a young person or whatever.
Hold on, y'all.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360.
Damn, y'all. I don't know how I got there. I don't know where my video went. I totally don't know. But I'm going to play it from my phone. Sorry, guys. But I get it. And I'm not being insensitive to the family or what happened to Trinity. Prayers to the family. But it's just common sense for anybody that reads that. And I keep hearing different stuff from the mother interviewed and said this to this news station. And this is the sheriff talking. This is the sheriff talking, saying this is what the parent said. And then he goes live and I hear him saying something different. I'm going to go. So why did y'all tell the sheriff? Because I'm pretty sure the sheriff ain't going to make a lie up about the 10-year-old child. Y'all get what I'm saying? And what y'all told them, they wasn't there to know that. They only take statements from the parents. Thank you, Capricorn. They only take, from the parents. So when I hear stuff about a child and it's inconsistencies, I just got to say, hey, what's going on? And point out inconsistencies and say, so why did you say this versus here you're going live, but you did an interview and the sheriff just said that. And I want you guys to go look it up. Say, what happened to Trinity and Raven on Google search? Go look that up right now and go to the People magazine of what the sheriff said. And Lady, I just played the diver. The diver definitely just said that, and that's what got confusing. When the diver said it, I was like, I didn't even know he spoke out until the other day. Come on, Tammy. Look what Tammy said. She said, wait, when did y'all start walking and you basically got stuck, you and Trinity in the sun? I live on the coast of New Jersey. I don't play with the ocean. Went fishing once in a boat. It was tilting too much for me. Man. Because the water might be fine, but the sun and the weather can change the mood of the water too. Okay, mom dudes. The weather and the sun changes directions of a lot of stuff in the water. So you got to definitely learn the water and everything else. Let's get to this video because I want to hear what he had to say versus what the sheriff. So I hope you guys Googled it. What happened to Trinity and Raven? And you'll catch the story, not the first one that comes up, but the second one. And it'll definitely come up. My head is killing me out right now, but I'm trying to work through it.
this situation happened to. People feel that you're being disrespectful by asking. It's no different when somebody, a situation happened and a person become unalive. And a person will come in and comment and be like, whoa, especially if it's a young person or whatever, what happened? Right. They get real offended, or people that know them, or other people in the comments be like, that's very disrespectful for you to ask what's happening. Just pray for the family. But you just honestly just want to know, man, this is pretty sad. What happened? So you don't want to kind of step boundaries by asking, what happened, because I'm just curious of how they got in that water. Why were they in the water to begin with? They started off on the boat, but the mom has been very silent. She's really, really hurting. She's really, really going through it simply because they still have not found Trinity. They still have not found this baby, and it's all.
Let me pause that to go back here one more time to the diver. Just want y'all to hear what the diver said. It's the diver, y'all.
Look, folks, y'all know why they called off the search and rescue mission? At least from the authorities' point of view.
Kelly. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why I gotta refresh my phone every time, but I do.
Folks, y'all know why they called off the search and rescue mission? At least from the authorities' point of view. It's because there's no need. There is no need to search. There is no need to rescue this little girl in the water. Because why?
Come on, lady.
Do the math, folks. She ain't in the water.
And then he furthermore went to say this after he said that.
Folks, this is how many days since Trinity, quote, disappeared out here in the Gulf?
I don't know, Pastor.
Yeah, and y'all still believe sea creatures and I mean, just came up from the depths and swallowed her up and took her off. No commotion, no blood, no nothing. Or conversely, that some vortex opened up underneath very, very shallow and calm waters and just sucked her out to New Zealand. Not a sight seen. 1 million people today out of vessels and hell, 1,000 people at Crab Island. No sightings whatsoever, no indications whatsoever of anything regarding this girl. Yet you all still want to believe that there's nothing nefarious about this? Yeah, I've been here. I've lived here many years. I've seen many drownings, many near drownings, many rescues, many recoveries. Didn't take this long. No, because, got to understand the wave patterns, the current patterns, the ship patterns, etc., out here. She'd have been found. Oh, yeah. She ain't out there. That's why.
When he said it crushed my soul. That crushed my soul. It crushed my soul because I was like, wait, what? What did he just say? Like, damn.
On this baby, and it's almost a week.
Thank you, Alicia.
It has been almost a week, and they still have not found that baby in that water.
CT lady?
Where could Trinity be? Where could she be? The mom, tried her best. She held on to her. She held on to Trinity until the current took her under. And so, but she thinking that she got Trinity to safety. You know, she didn't realize that Trinity wasn't, you know, she didn't get her to safety until she was pulled from the water. So can you imagine? Can you imagine that? So she's been really devastated. I'm sure she's dealing with guilt, saying it shoulda, coulda, woulda, you know, but of course we all know we can't say what we would have done in that situation, you know, but the mom, I believe, is blaming herself that she wasn't able to save her baby. So now at first it started off as a rescue, trying to rescue her out of the water. But now, after all these days, of course, it turned into a recovery. Let me read some of y'all comments, and I'm gonna play the Stepdad's video.
Can y'all drop the link to become a rider?
Yeah, she's a beautiful baby in Latte Eminem. I don't follow the story like that because I will get in a funk. However, I don't put nothing past people anymore. How do you lose a 10-year-old while on vacation? I would never. No, she didn't lose her. The current took her. Chosen. The current took all of them. It was just that the father was able to grab the son. The mom had grabbed the daughter, of course, but the current took the mom under.
Well, I wonder if the people that took her, whoever took her, the two men or the paddle boater, did they speak out? Alicia said, which one is it? Hey, Miss Low-Key. Did they speak out? Because why haven't they spoke out? Or maybe I missed it because I still got to research this story, but she's just been heavy on my heart. Prayers for Trinity Eslinger and stuff, because he ain't like, what?
As well. The current took them both under. But the mom was able to come back to surface somehow, or the boaters or whatever was able to get the mom, but they wasn't able to get Trinity. The current took her away, you know. I had seen something about the story on Facebook. Yeah, it's all over Facebook and everything.
Passion.
Why would
Thank you, Virgil. Thank you.
Well, yeah, why would they risk it? I don't understand, you know, the people, like whoever the people that, you know, the dock people that let you put your boat down in there. I want to say it's a protocol to that. Like you have to have a license to put your boat in, a permit or whatever, or you got to purchase permit to rent a boat.
I don't know, Diamond.
You know, all those things. It has, you know, protocols in place. So, why didn't these people, you know, warn them that it was too risky to be in the water when these currents was going and the weather was bad? That's the part I don't understand. When people say pray for me and no details, I just ask for God's will to be done. Yeah, I'm chosen, but you know, our human flesh and our, you know, curiosity, we be wanting to know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then you put stuff out there.
And you know, when people volunteer, he's one of those kind of divers, like where he's been there for so long and been around the waters, he volunteered to go diving and look for her and stuff. So I can't go against people that live there, to know the ocean, Capricorn. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, who else was there? Like, why haven't they spoken out versus just the man that went and volunteered to dive and be like, he's like, I guess y'all feel like a sea creature, a mystical sea creature. Just, he said there's no blood, there's no evidence of blood or nothing. It's just a lot of things just make you say, He said in on his video that he taught he wanted to teach how to swim, but she said no. But in the interview with the sheriff, he said that I admit I did taught my boys how to float and do things, but I didn't teach Trinity. Yeah, Ebony.
You ask for people to help. You ask for people to pray, but I don't know what to pray for if you ain't really giving details. You know, of course.
So the lifeguard left on that time.
Baby Trinity, and but don't get offended if people want to know more. Especially you don't put a GoFundMe up. Like I say, they got a GoFundMe up because they've been having to stay there in Florida, close to the site. So it's hotel fees and their lodging, their travel, their food, and all that stuff has become expensive. Because, like I said, it's been almost a week now that this has happened. So with her family, and they were in the ocean at the beach. Yeah, I don't mess with water like that. I'll stay in that boat, and then even with the boat, it's risky because the boat could capsize. If a big current comes.
Just like what happened to Kanika Jenkins' best friend that just passed away from drowning on that yacht. I got to get into her story to see what happened. Why do y'all get on yachts if you cannot swim? Because I'm not going on a cruise or nothing. Because in my mind, I think Titanic the whole time. Hell, I ain't gonna. If you go with me, we're not gonna make it on the boat. Because I'm a panic. You know what I'm saying?
It can throw that boat over.
Go with
you know what I'm saying? So even with that, it's not too safe. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. I don't play with large bottle of water like that. So to me, nope. I ain't getting out there on the little things when you have on your feet and the boat be pulling you. It looks fun. But guess what? Sister, I can swim, but I don't play with water like that.
First of all,
it's too much water. I'm afraid some water gonna get in my lungs.
Yeah, Kim Keller, true.
I'm afraid that it's some sharks in there. It's some dangerous fish, jellyfish. Whoever. I don't play like that.
I'm cool, Kim Kelly.
Yeah, that's true. You can't pray for something you don't know what you're praying for. And then people want to know, they did detail what the money was used for. They did. I give them that. They did tell that. So, but here, I'm going to play, let me remove Trinity. And let me present my screen again.
Ray said, which one is it? Did she go under with the current or she handed it off to someone? Yeah, fine.
The stepdad is going to tell you what happened on that day. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, Nisi.
Hold on 1 second.
She was pushed off the boat deal. I got to get into that.
Let me go back. Let me find the live of the stepdad.
But not tomorrow.
Okay.
I know it's right, King. It is Gina. Thank you, Tanya J. Thank you.
Let me present him. Let me add him to the stage. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear him too, okay? I think I got it turned up enough.
Everybody.
Nisi.
This is Victor Lamar. This is Trinity's stepdad.
Some of the things that, what occurred out in Destin, Florida, over Trinity Eslinger, Raven Kush, and what all happened. So go ahead and share this. We got a lot to clear up. Of course, it's.
And another thing, I ain't clearing up shit. If my boyfriend of 10 years lost his child, the last thing I want to do in such a short period of time, because this happened, on the 12th or the 15th, between the 12th and the 15th. I got to go back and look. They ended the search on the 18th. So I'm not clearing up shit because I just want to be in support of my loved one. We damn near all lost our lives. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. We almost lost our lives. Everybody in this situation almost lost their lives. The last thing I'm thinking of is going live. I just got to be honest, guys. I wouldn't even know how to feel if Shank Rock went live. Like, I would look at him a type of way. Like, don't use my daughter's death. Don't go using my child's death to go fucking live, dog. What the fuck? We ain't got to explain nothing. I want to look for my daughter. Put all that into saying, hey, if you guys would like to help search, you know what I'm saying? We're staying down here at Whoopty Woo. We would love for anybody that is experienced diver. Please I'm just saying, because this is after now. Where is Trinity? And I'm just being honest, sir. I'm not coming down on you, but I'm just like, okay, let's clear some stuff up. Because why is anybody thinking, thank you, Capricorn? Because we don't care what people think, but why is people thinking this if it can't just be me for people to, let's clear some stuff up? Y'all get what I'm saying? I admit that at the time, I wasn't reading it. I didn't know nothing about it till Sunday. I just came across it looking at another child's case and it came up. Now, I caught it on Instagram. I take that back. And somebody said something about Trinity. I was like, and I seen something about Trinity and Raven. And I just said, what happened to Trinity and Raven? And it popped up on Google just like that. Just had to show the unaliving. He seemed like a social media guy because was vlogging or posting prior to that. Let's see what he say.
It's hard on Raven and Wesley, which is Trinity's parents. But I have some.
If it's hard on them, sir, that's all I'm saying. If it's hard on them, let's grieve. Be there in support of the grieving process, not the debunking anything. That can wait. Shit, that's even if I ever debunk it. Truth be told, my focus is where's Trinity. Anything else doesn't matter. It don't, Alita.
Things to clear up for a lot of people who's been guessing what's been going on and what's happening.
So Wesley is Trinity's biological father. Victor here is Trinity's stepdad. He was the one that they were on vacation with. So when he said that, it's really hard for Raven. And when I tell you, it's been hard. Like, it's been days. I've been going back to her page every day trying to get an update to see the day of the find the baby. And I'm praying to God that nothing has eaten that baby. That's my prayers, that nothing has eaten that baby and that they can recover her, so that her mom can bring her home. That's my prayers. But I do have a little fear that maybe, because it's taken so long, that maybe something in the water has eaten her. That's just my fear, Lord, and I pray not.
He said he blacked out.
We just ask God to just give the parents strength, give the stepfather strength to endure this situation, and pray that they find baby Trinity.
Happening and why this and why that. I'm a first person. I have a first person point of view. I was there, and it was a trip that I planned. So a lot of their responsibility, falls on me as to speaking up for the ones who can't speak up because they're hurt and sad.
I'm thinking maybe, how when we're nervous, when some people is nervous or some people is in shock or sad, their go-to is to laugh, smile. Some people,
making I want to go on ocean,
I don't know, just different people give different, maybe he's still in shock because he was actually in that water with them. He the one that pulled the son to safety, because it was another person that was.
He said now she's saying he pulled the son to safety, but I thought the wife said the boaters pulled the son. He said he blacked out. And I thought y'all said the son got pulled to safety by the boaters. She said.
On the beach as well, talks about how they've been having sleepless nights because they can still hear the scream of that mother when she found out that Trinity was still in that water, that they couldn't find Trinity. She said the piercing of their mother's scream. You know, and you know how some men take stuff different. You know, they don't react the way we do. You know, a mother or a woman, you know, our emotions, you know, be on a different and higher level.
Thank you.
Like, child, look, ain't nothing like it. So our emotions, we be just done. Like I'm telling you, the mother she has not been on her page. She kind of went off on her status today, which I'll go to that and show you.
And that's understandable for her, you know. It's all the more reason because it's almost like you gaslight the situation, sir. And I'm gonna say why. To me, in my opinion, sometimes you bite off more than you can chew when you saying things, even if he's nervous. This is just not the time. Because everybody's going to go back and listen to this versus like, wait, they said, you told the sheriff this, the sheriff speaking, and he said this, and then you went live and said this, like, so it's going to start making people go, what's going on? Somebody is going to say, because I did. I said, wait, what's... So she didn't come on her social media. Why are you, sir? That's all I'm saying. Why are you?
How, you know, she's telling the people about the comments and stuff like that. So,
hey, Kim,
you know, I'm just looking at it that he's a man. They take stuff different. They just do. Even with their own loved ones and family members. They just don't respond the way we would during tragedies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's Wanda. He's a stepfather.
I still don't like his demeanor. Talk about something. So yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not the only one that noticed it, Latte and I'm Chosen. A lot of people in the comments talked about it. So yep. So you notice what some people in the comments even said. So I just kind of overlooked it, and I was just listening to what he said because I was curious of what happened. I was curious. I wanted to hear what he had to say. What happened? So I didn't listen to it all the way to the end, though. So some of it I am listening to it with you guys. So and this live is for educational and entertainment purpose. Everything is just strictly.
Drop a disclaimer, please, y'all.
I don't know the full details. I'm just
greatest gamer.
My commentary.
It's a lot going on that
tragic situation.
And I don't want y'all to take what I'm saying because these are just my thoughts listening and stuff like that. But Greater Gamer said, but his emotions is not motioning though. I don't know. Because for the mother, you would think he would be there consoling the mother. And you already said she's taking it, her and her family. Why aren't you taking it hard, sir? Because you was in the water, almost lost your life too, per your statement to the sheriff. So that's just what's confusing, guys. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. The allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. He said underground. Thank you, Tammy. It hurts.
And like we see all the things that's posted online, and as to people asking like why and what happened and where and when, all this stuff. I have all those answers, and if I don't, I answer any of your questions to the best of my knowledge. And but anything that's foul in my comment section is just going to be ignored, because you know we do have those people. For the most part, most of the community, they're supportive and everything. The people out there in Florida, the people here in Arkansas, everybody is really, really supportive. But you know, we have those bad apples. But I'm gonna try to.
Don't worry about the bad apples. Focus on Raven.
Let me see if I can even turn it on.
Florida.
Okay, now I can see any comments when they do come up. I'm gonna give y'all like a timeline of everything. All right, guys, and I actually been doing a whole lot of driving. I
Mr. Cobb, I'm just saying a word of advice. This is just a word of advice. You don't have to take it. I get it. My man couldn't. Don't worry about the bad apples. Worry about our situation. Hey, Miss Wish, what it do, sissy? Dang, sister, where your ranch? Let me check the time on this. 34:29. Hold on, sissy. Hold on. Swiping, no swiping, no swiping. I just don't get it, guys. Somebody gotta help me understand it and get it, because I don't get it. I'm sorry. And I'm not gonna apologize for my feelings in the situation, because I'm just listening to you, and it's just weird that she's taking it this hard and you're here.
Got to Jonesboro last night.
Thank you for being a member for my sister. Hey, Pebbles.
Get ready and take my kids to Texarkana to be with their mom. So I actually just got back from driving to Texarkana, and this is gonna be very fast because I got to get back to Florida. Like, as soon as this is over, I'm going straight back to Florida. I got some notes right here that I'm gonna try to follow.
Yeah, I got to get back to Florida, but as soon as this is over, no, focus on Florida. Focus on getting back to Florida. Don't worry about the bad apples. Focus on your children and your wife and the family, sir. That's just a suggestion. Right. That's what I'm saying, Justin. Like, I don't get it.
But yeah, once again, this thing is for clarity, for a lot of your questions. And also make sure you guys are praying for the family. Trin have cousins, of course, her dad, mom, uncles.
Why not pray for you too?
Great grandma.
But why not pray? Why not include yourself? Because you've been a part of her life for 10 years and she's only 10. So you've been a part of her life since she was born. But Samad, she said the father felt like he couldn't do anything about the situation, but we're talking about what's being said versus I can get that. But you're saying two different things, and you're like, yeah, after this live, I'm gonna get back to Florida because I got to get back to Florida. Trends taking it real hard. That should be your focus. That's all I'm saying. That's my opinion. But you got yours, and I get it. But I don't want nobody to misconstrue like, oh, he couldn't do nothing about it. So he couldn't, either he's blacked out or he took the son to the beach. One of the two.
Like big.
Tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
All right, guys, and yeah, it's been tough on me. I just found out Trend's favorite song, and as I've been doing all this driving, I've been playing that song over and over.
Yes, I believe.
You were around her for 10 years. I just found out her favorite song. Come on, Tamara, come through. Mm-hmm.
So, Latte, that the little boy was his son. So, but I want to believe that. I don't know, if it was more than just the two kids. Because I thought when I was looking at Raven's page that I saw another kid. Like,
well, he said he took his two sons.
Maybe it's just their.
So maybe he just got a son and he got another son.
Pictures with the little boy on her page. So I just assumed that was her son. So maybe it's just the little boy was his son, and then Trinity is hers. I don't know for sure.
Thank you, Tammy. Prayers for Trinity.
So I'm gonna ask you guys out of solidarity to go and listen and download this song and just play it over. That song is Yolanda Adams, "Still I Rise." So that's that. But now we're about to get into some details. Before that, I got this on my notes. I won't say it's ironic, but it's crazy. It just happened over Father's Day weekend, and while we were actually on on the trip, Trinity and my daughter, they're so close. While we were on the trip, they were making Father's Day cards for everyone. And so, yeah, they made Father's Day card for me, the uncles, and Wesley.
Adjusted, that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know.
It's just something that's just like let you guys know of, you know, Trinity's heart. Like, she's also a very thoughtful person. Very thoughtful.
I hate he's talking so low.
All right, so to start it off, I have to apologize to Wesley. As a father,
okay, Ms. Douglas,
you have priorities.
That's what I said, Ms. Douglas. Sorry.
One of those
simply me.
Top priorities is the safety and security of your family. And me dating Trina's mother, you know, Wesley, he had to have some sense of trust in me to, you know, let her go on trips and this stuff with me. This wasn't our first time going.
I mean, it's the explaining the whole dynamic of Wesley and his relationship. Let's just stick to Trinity and the trip, sir. Giving a whole background, like writing notes and going through a whole backstory. It's just weird, y'all. That's my opinion. I'm sorry. Samad, I'm sorry, love. That's just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Hey, Royal.
Went on the trip. We went to St. Louis. We went to Nashville. We went to Destin. But you have to, as a father, you have to have some sense of trust in another man to, you know, trust in them to provide that safety and security to your child. And I failed Wesley at that part on this past trip. And I'm actually going to call him. This was fresh on my head, so I'm actually going to call him and tell him that part. All right, so for the timeline.
He said, I'm actually going to call Wesley. You should. That's why I don't listen to people. I like to listen to what come out of their mouth. I'm going to call Wesley and tell him that part. Why you ain't being called Wesley? That's the most important thing is Wesley and your children by her and your children that you took, because that's traumatic. It's traumatic. So Wesley should be on your mind more than clearing up shit for America. Because that's not going to find Trinity. You giving a whole backdrop of what happened is not going to bring back Trinity, sir. Whether we have an opinion on it or not, I listen to the people. But I'm actually call Wesley and tell him that. I don't think Wesley be too happy listening to this.
The part that everybody wants to know. I don't see any comments, so I'm going to just continue.
Damn.
You guys continue to share, but I'm about to go ahead and get into details right now. The timeline, our trip was set for Tuesday to Friday, which is the 10th through the 13th.
Kim Kelly.
Drove down there on Tuesday. We was coming back Friday. Early Friday morning, you know, check out is at like 10 a.m. We was coming back on that day.
That's what it sound like.
Timeline, we get there.
I like that Kalila said that. She said, I seriously feel like he's trying to exclude himself. He did. When he said, y'all, Trinity got brothers, she got her cousins and, you know, her mom, her grandparents. He didn't say pray for us. Can y'all please just send prayers up for us? Because you better lost your life too, sir. So why are you, it is like, I mean, thank you, but like, Lori said, I ain't going. Yeah, I think he had a daughter and a son that went. Come on, Miss Douglas. He pulling a king. Giving timeline. It's just too fresh for me. I'm like Niecy. It's just too fresh for all of this, I think. I'm not putting shit in neither should Shane.
Our trip was set for Panama City Beach. So we were vacationing in Panama City Beach. All right, a lot of you guys think we were vacationing in Destin. No, we ended up in Destin on the last night, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, we were vacationing in Panama City.
A lot of y'all think we went to Destin on the last night. Why you care what people that wasn't there think? That's what's confusing me. That's all I'm saying. And it might be a kid, but
The beach had our Airbnb, which was probably like 3 or 4 blocks from the beach.
Like Dini said, he cried for a quick second.
We actually got there. The first thing we did was we walked straight to the beach. Played out there in the waves and everything. Just to get a feel of the city and the water and all of that. The weather was good, so we was like, look, the forecast says it's gonna rain here and there. Well, not here and there. It was saying every day it was gonna be some rain, but the sun was out. It was some clouds and stuff, but it was the rain didn't come
and storms
down.
Again. Weather changes the effect of the water.
Went to the beach, and then that was the end of that night. We went back, showered, ordered some pizza for the kids. Me and Raven, we ate at Jaws Kitchen, which is like this Caribbean spot. And that's how that night ended. Now, the next night, we had plans to go to St. Augustine Bay. It's a park out there in Panama City Beach, where we got to see an alligator lake, and on the other side of that park, it was like boat drop-offs
and I get that he wants to explain the trip. I think the focus should be on, if you're going to tell it, just stick to that day, in that moment. What happened in that moment? Not the day before. Why do anybody got to know your itinerary? It's not their business. You get what I'm saying? Who the fuck is y'all in the chat to say, Ms. Parker, tell me where you was, and we need to know your exact dates, and we need to know what time you guys landed your plane, and what did you do first? Okay, so we landed in Florida about 8:30 that morning. After we got off the plane, we went out and checked into the hotel. Then we went and got some lunch, and around I'm gonna say 2:00, we went and settled back into the room, and we checked our itinerary. And I don't give a damn. It's one time. I don't give a damn what y'all say about me. I'm not explaining none of that. What time my plane landed? Not the whole I'm sorry. I'll get straight to that day, but I'm sorry.
We went for the beach part. There was like this jetty, which is like a kid pool. So we went there. We had fun all that day. Again, it was saying, yeah, it's gonna rain. There was no rain. It was sunny. Weather was perfect.
You guys, give me a chance, a short chance right quick. I got a phone call. Hold on, y'all.
What do we do on Tuesday? Yes. All right. So after we, this is Tuesday. So this is our first full day. After
he reading the comments. What did we do on Tuesday? Okay. This is Tuesday. And to Raven, I'm really heartbroken for your baby and you, baby. I am. I'm gonna do part 2 tomorrow night, guys. I need some time. I'm gonna drop the link for this video one more time so you guys can go watch it and catch up with me and go dig into the story more. Cause Shank Rock is going live at 10, but I just wanna give me some air. I do. And I know everybody's different. Thank you, Juju on the beat. Thank you, my Juju bug. Don't understand for the life of me that Shank would be so selfish. And that's how I would look at it. I'm not saying Raven does. She might don't mind. because I'm not her. I don't know what she's feeling right now. I know she's hurt. Her daughter's missing in the ocean, wherever, I don't know. And we got the man saying things, and I get that people can be nervous. I can't say what I'm saying, what I would do, and I would like to think Shank respect my kids and love me that much to not use it to go live and discuss anything privately, or what we did, explain anything to America. When we're ready, we'll come. Thank you, Kenya. When we're ready, let me make that decision. I think Kenya, because she hadn't been live and stuff, they said she hadn't been on social media or anything, and that's expected. Thank you, Drea. She said he wants to be an influencer, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's the right time and the wrong time to do things. She said, I thought he said he was holding on to the boat and it spun around and he couldn't see. He did. Even in his interview, he said anything. So, Samad, maybe you need to go Google the story and see what he said to the sheriff versus what he's going to say on this live. And you guys go check just Andrea out. And I think this is my girl over there in the beef and sector. Because y'all hearing it from him, straight from the horse's mouth. This ain't a he say, she say, or anything. Because I got to go listen to what he said now. And I can only go by what somebody says. I'm not going off of my emotions because I didn't take a loss. I wasn't there to go through that, to know the feeling. I sympathize with the mother and the family right now. Educate yourself. Go get to know. Listen to the diver, the man that lived down there in Florida that said he went down there and to support and volunteer and stuff. And it's just some things you got to walk away from just to get educated on it, because you might be overthinking. But in a sense, I got to be like, something ain't right. And if it's in my spirit and my soul, I can't take that away. And I'm not apologizing to that. I'm not apologizing. And I did the same thing with Kamani Lateef. Right, we didn't even know, she hadn't even been found, and Dorothy had just did that interview, and I found it, and I was like, Riders, I need y'all to help me listen to this and let's make it make sense. So I showed it to him when we listened to it. I was like, let me take that back, and we did it again. Let me take it back. Like, we took it back like 3-4 times. I know, at least. And I was like, no. Thank you, Smart sis. Something ain't right. And he's even saying we knew it was going to rain. So storms change the dynamic of the ocean, even the sun. I know that. And I'm not a frequenter of the beach. Valerie said it's in my soul too. Hey, Sword. So you guys go look at that video and see what he says. Not what I say, what he said. And we'll meet back up here at the same time tomorrow. I got a couple of lives tomorrow. And don't forget, members only Friday. It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Members live. Members only. Special interview. We've been talking about Naziah Harris. And someone reached out to me and they would like to talk. And I said, fine. I would love that. And stuff. So I want y'all to hear the story just as well as I'm going to listen. And I think it's only right that it be members only, and stuff. We can keep more control and stuff like that. And I want to get back to the members, not just giveaways and things, but get back to those should be treats for the members, interviews. And I think y'all gonna like this guest, okay? I think y'all really gonna like this guest because I love this guest. Just gonna be honest. Yes, Talonda. It's gonna be members only. Yeah. And you remember Tonda, so what are you talking about? Also, pull up with me at 2:30. Shout outs. Can y'all drop Shanitra Speaks really quick? Somebody grab Shanitra Speaks. Pull up with me tomorrow at 2:00. I'm going to be talking about Lily and Jack, 2 kids that just went missing. We don't discriminate against children. We talk about all children. I advocate for all children. And they're missing. They need our help. And guess what? Something ain't right in the mountains. Just like something ain't right in that water. Something ain't right in the mountains. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to tell my thoughts. And I'm going to break it down. Shout out to my girl, Shanitra Speaks. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate you so much. Shanitra Speaks, please continue doing your due diligence and stand on your path and your journey and your purpose. I love you so much. I love the work you put in. I appreciate you because that story is so interesting and captivating. I haven't took my mind off those children. Jack and Lily is another 2 kids that's been on my mind. She said, how in depth are you going into Alexia's? I was going to do it, but Cole Piece is talking about it, so I'm going to let her talk about it. You know, I was going to talk about her, but I might touch on it. I got it set up for Thursday, but, you know, it's other stories, too. When they break down something, I really don't want to go backwards and touch on it. I'm going to let them continue to do their thing. And, Miss Black Wall Street, hey, Bookie. Thank you. How are you? Something ain't right in Minnesota. Oh, yeah, I got a story from Minnesota, too. Before I get out of here really quick, let me see if I got it. Thank you for saying that, Andrea, about Minnesota. I'm glad you touched on that because we be so focused on so many other things and stuff. And it's a lot of children that need our help right now in a lot of states. Oh, this is Massachusetts. Hold on, my bad. I'll take that back from Minnesota. I thought it was something about Minnesota, but let me let y'all hear this. It said, a 21-year-old Black woman named Adriana Sozo was found dead on June 1st, 2025 in a wooded area of Milton, Massachusetts. She's the 13th body discovered across New England since March, fueling growing fears that a serial killer may be targeting the region. And I will be touching on Minnesota. You can send me something, Andrea, if you would like for me to touch on it. And also my girl, Juquetta. Juquetta is starting her live, y'all. She's an upcoming content creator. She's right here. And if y'all have some stories that y'all want to send me, I'm going to send them to her so she can share them as well. I cannot cover everything, but thank you. Okay, so yeah, Kopi's talked about her today, Regine. I might piggyback and talk about her because I had a live set up for her today, but when Kopi's did it, I was like, you know what? It's another story to just touch in my heart. So yeah, I definitely want to keep this story going and stuff and find out what happened to Trinity and stuff like that. Prayers to Trinity's family. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Shank Rock will be going live in just a second. Make sure you're subbed up. If y'all can drop Shank Rock's link too. He's been having some pretty interesting lives over there. They're really interesting. And Juquetta's been joining him on the panel. And she did such an amazing job last night. I'm happy to call you my sister and be a part of my team. Thank you, sister. But yeah, y'all go make sure y'all can drop Code Pieces link. Make sure y'all go check out those on the stories and make sure you guys pull up. Damn, did I even drop it? Hold on, guys. I'm moving too fast. Hold on. Did I even? Yeah, I dropped the link for you guys to go check out just Andrea's channel. Okay. Can y'all drop my email for her, please? For Andrea Martin. Drop my email for Andrea Martin. Thank you, Andrea Martin. I appreciate you. And Andrea Martin, if I can't cover it, guess what? She can. And she will. Okay, and I want to make sure everybody supports Juju. This is her channel for everybody can go sub up. She covers children's cases too, and she's doing an amazing job doing it. I love you, Juju. Keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Stand in your purpose. And don't let nobody stop you from doing what you do for these children. You know what I'm saying? The advocating and things. But here goes my email if anybody wants to reach out with any stories and stuff and things. But again, if I can't cover it, Juju will. You know what I'm saying? She's been willing to take on some stories for me. Because, again, I can't cover everything and stuff. So thank you, Alma. Drop your link as well. And, man, to each and every one of you guys, have a blessed Tuesday. I'll see you guys at Shank Rocks. And
Parker, Miss Parker, the YouTube star. Lighting up the screen, you know who you are. Bringing news you can use and a laugh or two. She's got the facts, the fun, and the realest view. With a voice so smooth and a smile so bright. She's shining like a beacon in the darkest night. Deep dives on the stories that really matter. She's breaking it down, cutting through the chatter. Pop in, stay a while, you'll feel right at home. She's got a little something for everyone. With a heart so big and an attitude strong. Miss Parker.
Intro my own music. Alma, you're doing an awesome job over there. Alma's got some good clips over there about the children too. She posted so many missing children. I was amazed, Alma. And I left a comment, but you guys go check out my moderator, Alma, too. Great job. Wishing you nothing but the best on your journey too, and stay in your purpose. You hear me? Stay in your purpose, and always follow the blueprint of watching your surroundings when you're doing this kind of work. Okay. Salute again, everybody. I'm out of here. Sorry.
Where you know you belong. She's an advocate, a friend, a voice for the unheard, asking all the questions, never missing a word, or a second to none. She's blazing like the sun. Miss Parker, the only one. She's got the news to amuse and the truth to reveal. Digging for the answers, keeping it real. For those who need a champion, she's standing tall. Fighting for justice, she's giving her all. With every upload, she's making a change. Bringing people together, no matter the range. So hit that subscribe, don't miss a beat. Miss Parker's got the content that can't be beat. Questions we all have, she's not afraid to ask. Uncovering the story, she's up to the task. With a laugh, a wink, and a spirit so true.